I was in Atlanta for 11 years. That was the best. That was a more artsy environment that I've ever been in. I think as far as a collective, because at the Galleria Mall, you had like white, black, Asian. You had all type of, you know, different artists. That's what I liked about it because and that wasn't it wasn't like a nonprofit. Somebody put something together just to bring people together. It wasn't like that. Everybody that was an artist greeted each other. We loved each other. We you know, here, come to my studio. We'll have, you know, they wanted to have like little rent parties, stuff like that. I enjoyed that. That was great. When I think when I came down in 2001, I came down the same year I think the towers fell. Yeah. I when I first got to Miami, they invited me to one guy invited me to an art show. He didn't know I was an artist. I didn't tell anybody either. I go to the show and I seen it was an Oscar Thomas show, and I go to the show and it I just saw art there. I said, man, I could do this. These people don't even they have no idea. But then me developing something at that time, and I I was in a couple shows. I remember one show they said I was this new kid on the block. They didn't know I want a new kid, but still they liked my work. But I quickly found out that being away from it so long, I was underdeveloped. There's a lot of things that I needed practice on getting back, and you know the whole just concept of foreground, middle ground, background, yeah, and what a control composition means. Those things they were telling me, I was clueless because I was doing it on my own, and I thought what I was doing was okay, which at the time it was, but now it's time to go to school outside of school. So I had old people pulling me, okay, Addonis, you got to do this, you got to do that. And your presentation has to be up to par. I didn't know nothing about that. A couple of shows, you had to frame your work. Had to learn the hard way about that. Plus, you're dealing with the, quote unquote economics that I was dealing with back then. I was working off an assistant teacher salary at, and also an after school program. I was working with Arts for Learning. I worked with them for 5 years. The first 5 years I came down. So dealing with that and dealing with trying to start a family in a new area where you have no connections, no love, and neither respect. I took it hard. It was hard. But I would have to say that hold on a second. I would have to say that when I came down here, I think there were people that accepted me, but the art community, because they didn't know me, kind of like backed up from me. I didn't smile. I was over 6'6", and you're black and you don't smile. Even around your people, you look suspect. So until they start seeing my work and then it started coming out. But a lot of them, they didn't receive me. I wasn't received that well when I first came here. I think because I was new to, plus a lot of them may have thought, and then some people came back and told me later that they thought that I was stuck with myself, but they had no idea that, yeah, big as I am, I'm shy. It was just that. And my defense mechanism was me not smiling, because I've been carrying that for years. But you can say, Adonis, you want $1 million, like, because I've always been like that.